Well, I had just reported that Inter Milan might get out of the Florida Cup, but it turns out, well, it's like a reverse Uno card. Arsenal have officially pulled out of the Florida Cup. What happened? Why exactly did they do it? We're gonna deal with that in this episode. Tammy Abraham, Renato Sanchez, Madison, Xhaka, everything that you needed in this episode is definitely here. So stay tuned for that. And of course, we're going to talk about Arsenal's new bid for a player is definitely imminent. They're actually waiting for the window to actually prosper more often, like till the end of July. Probably they'll get more clarity as to which player that they should actually target. So the first news that we have for you guys is, of course, this is the official update and the official press release about what Florida Cup have actually come up with Arsenal's participation. They say that we're disappointed that Arsenal have decided not to participate in the Florida Cup. We wish the members of the Arsenal traveling party who speedy recovery as we continue making final preparations for the event. We will be in communication with fans who purchase tickets to see Arsenal in Orlando regarding their option. Well, what did Arsenal come up with their official on their official website is that following a number of positive tests among the planned party to travel to America, we have sadly been forced to withdraw from the Florida Cup. We fully understand what a disappointment this is for our supporters in America who were looking forward to seeing us compete in the Florida Cup as part of our pre-season build-up. Our apologies also go to the organizers of the Florida Cup who had done a fantastic job making the preparations and our partners who had arranged events around our participation in the competition. And that is the problem. That's what has led Arsenal to pull out of. So you can understand what has actually gone into it. Moving on, so let's just address the elephant in the room, the elephant of Chelsea's striking abilities, Tammy Abraham. So Fabrizio Romano has confirmed it, but first, before going into Fabrizio's tweet, we're going to talk about what is actually happening. According to Andy Dillon, Arsenal are set to beat Spurs and West Ham to Tammy Abraham, loan with an obligation to pay Chelsea 40 million pounds for permanent transfer. Chelsea are prepared to let Tammy Abraham join Arsenal on loan to speed through a deal. The Gunners are emerging as the favourites in a three-way chase for out-of-favour striker. Now, what I've seen from Chelsea, I don't think so that they would be giving Tammy a big chance because, of course, I think it was Lampard. Lampard was the guy. Lampard was the guy to give Tammy Abraham everything, a big chance. So let's see. So the Sun exclusively said that Arsenal are set to beat Spurs and West Ham, and so did Andy Dillon. So it looks like it's really strong that Tammy Abraham actually could leave Chelsea for Arsenal now. The biggest best part of this is that Chelsea and Arsenal have always had a very good, wonderful transfer history. They've been really good to each other. Of course, you know the David Luiz saga, the whole Giroud thing that happened. So everything is quite respectful. So they would actually consider it because the fact that Chelsea want 40 million upfront is the whole reason why nobody can actually buy out Tammy Abraham in one go with the same window. The only reason why they're stalling is because they've actually accepted the fact that obligation to buy with a loan deal is quite feasible for the club that would actually come for him and of course for Chelsea as well, because as long as there's obligation, they shouldn't be too worried about Tammy not going into any other club. So let me know in the comments again. I've asked this before as well. Tammy Abraham to Arsenal, good in the air, can head the ball, has beautiful runs, has got pace, has decent finishing. Tammy is not a bad shout. 40, that could be a problem, but still. Anyways, so Roma plans to finalize Xhaka's move to the Giallorossi from Arsenal in the next few days, according to Gianluca Di Marzio. But not only that, Angelo Mangiante says that Granit Xhaka will join Mourinho next week in the AS Roma training camp in Portugal, Algarve. Mourinho is pushing and waiting for him. Personal terms are already agreed. The deal between AS Roma and Arsenal is almost done, according to Sky Sports. So AS Roma, I'm pretty much sure it's almost confirmed that Granit Xhaka is actually going to move. And yeah, end of Xhaka at Arsenal. Moving on, so before we talk about something else, let's talk about, again, the second elephant of the episode that I would wanted to explain is that it looks like the whole James Maddison saga won't at all come to an end, because according to Adrian J. Kajumba and Tom Colomozzi, well, they believe that Arsenal could offer fringe players to Leicester as they step up their hunt for key target James Maddison, with Reece Nelson and Ainsley Maitland-Niles available to help sweeten the deal. Well, Ainsley Maitland-Niles was the one who Leicester were looking at last January, is available for the transfer, we all know that, but according to Mail Sport, it is believed that at this stage, 50 million pounds would not be enough to bring Leicester to the table for Maddison, but Arsenal would allow a French player such as winger Reece Nelson to move in the opposite direction to sweeten the deal. They could actually use him, you know, to make things right. Well, that actually sounds not that bad, does it? That is crazy stuff. But not only that, though discussions would be very difficult, Arsenal believe Leicester are prepared to negotiate. Brendan Rodgers wants to sign a wide forward. Well, not only that, we have for you guys, well, it is believed that Lille's Renato Sanchez is another target if Maddison proves out of reach for Arsenal. Arsenal have a strong relationship with Lille, you know, Gervinho, Pepe, Gabriel. Well, Arsenal have a strong relationship with the French champions, having signed Pepe and Gabriel from Lille in the last two summer windows, and the cash crisis in French football means they are open to selling. Not that they would want to sell, but they're open to selling. So if Arsenal don't get James Maddison, apparently the secondary target is Renato Sanchez. So we Arsenal fans wanted Arsenal to consider, that's according to Adrian J. Kajumba, he says it's pretty much clear that Renato Sanchez is another target if Maddison proves out to be out of reach. But that's not the end of the world for Reece Nelson. So according to Giannis Korianopoulos, he says that talks are ongoing between Olympiacos and Arsenal for Reece Nelson to join on loan. Nelson's preference would be to join a more competitive league, but he respects the Greek club and their campaigns in Europe. So you got to understand what they're going to get. Champions League football, bro. Granit Xhaka, okay, I already mentioned about him. So here's another update about James Maddison. So Conrad Harrison has an update that about Maddison. He says Arsenal have sent an official enquiry to Leicester regarding their attacking midfielder James Maddison. The club think a deal can be done. However, they are willing to play the long game and are hoping the player helps with the move. So apparently an official enquiry whether he is available or not. Well, apparently according to Leicester, he is available. Moving on, Arteta opened up about the progress and of course the promotion of Balogun and Okonkwo. He says that they have both raised the level of the academy to a point that it wasn't anymore for them. So we had to look to create the space around the team for them to be able to develop in the way that we want them to. I think they are the right age and they have the space in the squad to do that, and they have the hunger, and they showed the desire to stay at the football club and fight to become one of the first team regulars. And not only this, talking about Nuno Tavares, Arteta says that we wanted to have more strength and specific qualities in the left back position, and we identified Nuno a while ago. To be fair to the scouting department, they have done brilliantly to identify a talent that with the qualities we required, at the age we required, and financially it was something we can afford. So smart, I would say it was a smart signing. Moving on, Aston Villa are targeting former Fulham and former Fulham goalkeeper Marcus Bettinelli on a free transfer, but face competition from Arsenal and Chelsea as they search for a backup to Emi Martinez, according to Mail Sport. Well, let's see if they could actually get Bettinelli. Arsenal are also in the midst to sign Bettinelli, so why? Well, yes, Dean Smith's side faced competition from Arsenal and Chelsea as they search for a backup as well. So Bettinelli, I think at Chelsea, Bettinelli was at Fulham when Unai Emery was Arsenal's manager, and he conceded 10 goals. That's probably because the defense was not that good for Fulham. No, Bettinelli is not the guy. No, I don't think so. He's the guy. Wrong choice. Well, however, if you guys are about to write the comments that Tammy Abraham to Arsenal is a bad idea, IG, think again, because Tammy Abraham is an Arsenal fan. Look at him, his tweet from 2012. It's confusing, but I play for Chelsea but support the Gunners. Tammy knows. I hope this is not hoax. I hope this is not false news. I hope this is not false news. It is not, I hope so. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. In the comments, do let me know what you guys think about the best thing possible. Tammy Abraham to Arsenal, what do you think? And if not James Maddison, do you think Renato Sanchez is the right buy? I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.